In the late 1960s, a chilling shadow fell across Northern California. A phantom figure cloaked in anonymity began a reign of terror, leaving a trail of bodies and cryptic messages. He called himself the Zodiac, and his brutal acts, coupled with his audacious taunts, plunged an entire region into a nightmare from which it has never fully awakened. The horror began on a cold December night in 1968. David Faraday and Betty Lou Jensen, two high school sweethearts, were enjoying a quiet evening on a secluded lover's lane near Lake Herman Road in Benicia. Their innocent date was brutally interrupted by an unknown assailant. Shots rang out, silencing their young lives forever. This double murder, seemingly random, marked the chilling debut of a killer who would soon become a legend of dread. The motive remained elusive, the perpetrator a ghost. Law enforcement was baffled, unaware they had just encountered the first victims of a meticulously cruel mind. Only months later, on July 4, 1969, the terror resurfaced with a vengeance. Darlene Ferrin and Mike Mageau were parked at the Blue Rock Springs golf course in Vallejo, another quiet spot. A car pulled up and a man emerged, shining a flashlight into their vehicle. He then opened fire, unleashing a volley of bullets. Darlene Ferrin died at the scene, but Mike Mageau miraculously survived, albeit gravely wounded. His harrowing account provided the police with their first, albeit limited, description of the assailant. A stocky white male, perhaps 200 pounds, with a distinct walk. The nightmare was escalating, and the killer was growing bolder. Soon after the Blue Rock Springs attack, a chilling new element emerged. Newspapers across California, including the Vallejo Times-Herald, San Francisco Chronicle, and San Francisco Examiner, received identical typewritten letters. The writer claimed responsibility for the murders, signing off with a bizarre symbol, a circle with a cross through it. This was the birth of the Zodiac. The letters were not just confessions, they were demands. The Zodiac insisted his words be printed on the front page, threatening more deaths if his macabre wishes were ignored. He included cryptograms, complex ciphers filled with strange symbols, daring the public and police to decipher his twisted mind. The first, known as the Z408, was quickly solved by a schoolteacher and his wife, Donald and Betty Harden. Its decoded message sent shivers down the spine of a nation. I like killing people because it is so much fun. The Zodiac's reign of terror took an even more sinister turn on September 27, 1969. At Lake Berryessa in Napa County, college students Brian Hartnell and Cecilia Shepard were enjoying a picnic. A man approached them wearing a bizarre hooded costume, adorned with the Zodiac's cross-circle symbol on the chest. He carried a gun and a knife. The hooded figure tied them up, then proceeded to stab them repeatedly with a hunting knife. Cecilia Shepard tragically succumbed to her injuries days later, but Brian Hartnell, despite being stabbed multiple times, survived. The Zodiac then called the Napa County Sheriff's Office, calmly reporting his own crime. This attack showcased a chilling, ritualistic cruelty, a desire not just to kill, but to inflict prolonged terror. Just 2 weeks later, on October 11, 1969, the Zodiac struck again, this time in the heart of San Francisco. Taxi driver Paul Stein picked up a fare in the Theater District. He was found shot dead in his cab in the upscale Presidio Heights neighborhood. This murder was different. It occurred in a populated area, under the cover of darkness. Crucially, 2 police officers briefly observed a man matching the Zodiac's general description walking away from the scene, but they were given an incorrect dispatch description and let him pass. The Zodiac later sent a piece of Stein's blood-stained shirt to the San Francisco Chronicle, undeniable proof of his involvement. He threatened to target school children next, escalating the public's fear to a fever pitch. The murders were terrifying, but the Zodiac's true power lay in his relentless communication. He continued to send letters, phone calls, and cryptic messages to newspapers and police. He mocked investigators, bragged about his killings, and promised more. His communications were a psychological weapon, designed to instill fear and frustration. He sent the infamous bus bomb letter, threatening to blow up a school bus full of children. He sent the "My Name Is" cipher, known as the Z340, which remained unsolved for over 50 years. finally cracked in 2020 by a team of amateur codebreakers. He sent the Halloween card, a macabre greeting card filled with disturbing imagery and veiled threats. Each communication was a calculated move, a chess game played with human lives. The Zodiac case became one of the most extensive and frustrating investigations in American history. Detectives from multiple agencies, including the Vallejo Police Department, Napa County Sheriff's Office, San Francisco Police Department, and the California Department of Justice, worked tirelessly. They collected thousands of pieces of evidence, interviewed countless witnesses, and pursued every lead. Numerous suspects emerged over the decades, each with compelling yet ultimately inconclusive evidence. Arthur Lee Allen, a convicted child molester and registered sex offender, was a prime suspect for decades due to circumstantial evidence, handwriting similarities, and a disturbing resemblance to police sketches. However, DNA evidence from the letters, though degraded, did not definitively link him. Other suspects, like Richard Gaikowski and Lawrence Kane, also drew significant attention, but no definitive proof ever materialized. The case became a labyrinth of dead ends and tantalizing clues. Despite massive investigations, advanced forensic techniques, and the passage of time, the Zodiac Killer was never caught. His true identity remains one of the most enduring and chilling mysteries in American criminal history. The trail of letters, murders, and unsolved ciphers continues to haunt both investigators and the public, a testament to a killer who vanished into the shadows. The Zodiac's case is more than just an unsolved crime. It is a dark mirror reflecting our deepest fears. It is about the obsession of a killer who craved recognition, the terror he inflicted, and the profound impact he had on a generation. His story stands as a stark reminder that some monsters walk among us, leaving behind only questions and a chilling legacy of dread. The Zodiac Killer remains an enigma, a phantom of fear. Do you have a theory? Have you delved into the cryptograms or the case files? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Like this video to spread awareness of this chilling, unsolved mystery, subscribe for more deep dives into the dark dossiers of true crime, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next investigation. Let's keep the conversation alive, for sometimes the only way to truly understand the darkness is to shine a light on it.